Hello everybody, JD Simo coming at you here on the Vintage Blog. It's been a long time, at least a month or more. We just finished up a 2-month tour about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Thank you to everybody who joined us out there, and it's pretty amazing on a daily basis, the kindness of a lot of fine people out there, and thank you very much. People we went out to eat with, people we hung with, people we talked to after the show. I really appreciate it. You know, it's an honor to get to play and get to meet such nice people. So anyway, so we've been off the last 2 weeks. We're heading out today, Friday, March 13th. I'm actually going to be guesting this evening in Indianapolis, Indiana, at the old National Center. I'm going to be playing some music with my brothers in Blackberry Smoke, Charlie Starr, a lovely gentleman, and a very, very, very gracious cat. So I'm going to, if you're in Indianapolis, I'll be there tonight to play some with the Blackberry Smoke boys, and then actually on Saturday. We're going to be in Toledo, Ohio, playing with Greg Allman again at the Stranahan Theater, and that's going to be an awful lot of fun. And you know, getting to start the tour at the Ryman Auditorium with Greg was a real honor, and really looking forward to playing more with Greg. So it's going to be fun. So we'll be opening that, and then we got a couple days off, and then we'll be, I believe, back in Cincinnati at the Southgate House, and then back to our friends in Whitesburg, Kentucky, and then we'll be back in Knoxville next week. So go to Simo.fm for all the upcoming tour dates, and go to the Simo fan page and like it, and tell your friends. So anyway, I'm not going to play today. I want to talk to you about something that's pretty important. Wall voltages, okay? So obviously, you know, I use old amplifiers, and exclusively I use tube amplifiers, you know. So I don't want to get too far out there, because the whole point of this is to try and help as many of you as possible, okay? And make it as easy to understand as possible. Wall voltages, like, you know, if you plug a multimeter into a socket in your house or at a club or whatever, voltages vary quite a bit, okay? And what most amplifiers that are made today are made to run at is 120 or thereabouts, okay? Older amplifiers were made to run much lower than that. And there's mathematical equations to kind of figure out what a particular amplifier will run best at, both for sound and for it to be reliable, so it's not running really hot and it's going to blow up tubes, burn tubes up, as it were. And so I don't want to necessarily get into all that, because it's a very long discussion, and to be honest, I don't think all of you have the patience, I think. Ask me about it at a show, okay? But I wanted to hip you all to this, okay? This thing is a new device. This is called a BrownBox, okay? This thing is becoming very, very popular with folks, and I can see why. Because essentially, I've been using variacs for a long time, which a variac is a way to lower, or in some cases boost, voltage that you're seeing out of a wall. But it doesn't, you know, you have to use a multimeter, and it's a little bit 1 or 2 steps too far what most people would want to deal with, okay? So that's where this thing is really, really great, okay? Because it's got a big, bright LED screen that shows you what the voltage is coming out of the wall. And it's got this variable switch on it that knocks it down by 3%, by 4%, by 6%, or by 10%, okay? And this switch right here is your primary, like whether you're whether the wall is seeing 120, 122, 124, 126, that kind of thing. Okay, and you plug your amplifier into there. Okay, this thing is really, really, really easy to use. It's very reliable, and it's made very, very well. Okay, and so I think that most people who run tube amplifiers, whether new or old, okay, could really benefit by having one of these, because the voltage, if there's not enough voltage, which is rarely the case, if there's not enough voltage, your amplifier is going to sound really anemic, and not have a lot of, it's just not going to sound as good. On the contrary, if there's too much voltage, which normally is the case, it's going to be fizzier, fuzzier, spongier, and not have as much dynamic range, like, turning it down and it cleaning up, that kind of thing. And it'll blow your tubes up, okay? So I just wanted to talk about this a little bit today. Not that I'm trying to sell something or whatever, but I get asked all the time about, whether on the last tour, whether I'm using this or whether I'm using an old Variac or something like that. Like, what's the deal with it, okay? And that's the deal. It's like I want the amps to sound as best they can, and I also want them to last. I want them to be reliable. So that's a little tip for you. I think they're great. Look them up online, and I think it'd be a welcome addition to your rig. Aside from that, all is going pretty well, and very much looking forward to getting back out, and I'm really excited to see Charlie and the boys in Blackberry Smoke, and it'll be a hoot. I'm looking forward to playing with them, and getting back with Greg and his people. Great band and really, really sweet crew. A lot of Allman Brother crew, as you can imagine. And yeah, man. So this is a fairly short, fairly mellow version of the blog, but I will be back next week and answer some more questions and play for you some. Okay. So until then, go to simo.fm or the Facebook fan page, and I hope you stay groovy. I hope to see you soon. Take care.